So let's go ahead and go through one more find the equation of a line. And so again, whenever we're told to find the equation of a line, we're going to use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, which means we need a point, we need a slope. Now again, the point's given to us, we write it down. Now as far as the slope, we want to be perpendicular to the line y equals 2x minus 1. Well, what is the slope of 2x minus 1? Well, the beautiful thing there is that that's already written in y equals mx plus b form. So we know that his slope is 2. Now if I want to be perpendicular to that, I'm going to be the negative and the reciprocal. So that's the slope of my line that's perpendicular to y equals 2x minus 1 is negative 1/2. I want to pause right here for a second to point out a couple ways that these problems can be a tiny bit trickier. Or maybe not even trickier, but it's different, I should say. You will be asked about parallel lines, so that if this problem, instead of saying perpendicular, had said parallel, then our slope would be 2, because that was the slope we want to be parallel to. Now, the other way these can be trickier is if the equation that's given to you in the problem is not written in y equals mx plus b form. But if it's not written in y equals mx plus b form, just turn it into y equals mx plus b form. Because as we saw a little bit ago, when you want to get information about a graph, y equals mx plus b form is the form you want. So if it's not given in y equals mx plus b form, put it there. But back to this problem, we have all the information we need now. So we can do y minus the y value. Now because I'm subtracting a negative, that's the same thing as adding. And then we've got this negative 1/2 slope, and then x minus 1. And then we can go ahead and either clear the fractions again or distribute. I'm going to distribute just for a little change of pace here. So we distribute negative 1/2 times negative 1. To get the y by itself, we're going to subtract the 2. So I'm going to literally write it like that. We could go ahead and use a calculator to do this if we wanted to, or we could say 1/2 minus 2 is the same thing as 4/2 is negative 3/2. So now if we want to do this in function notation, instead of y equals, we have f of x equals, and we're good.